guys, you are not aware how excited I am to be here. Kindly stay tuned. So they like say making your first video is the hardest. I swear your second video. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button. I'm sure you'll like it. I'm CindyKandie and I'm excited to share knowledge with you about money, lifestyle, life hacks, and we're going to be learning about saving money, and I'm so excited to be sharing about this topic. So, what is saving? Saving money is, I will compare this to having water stored just in case there's water shortage or water outage. So, for example, when you have stored water somewhere in your kitchen or bathroom, when there's a water shortage or a water outage, you'll be able to go back to your storage, your water storage, and fortunately have some water to use. So picture this. If, for example, your water has run short and you feel like, oh my god, then you suddenly remember you have water. You're just going to pick the water and use it. In a scenario where you have the water comes back, life goes on, you never refill your water bottles, then you realize, then the water goes out again, the water disappears again, and then you check back at your storage and you have nothing. It feels like crap to actually be in this situation. And I've been in this situation many times when you're just broke. Like you have nothing and you have no one to turn to. And so the times that where people you want to borrow money, they're also broke. So you're dying, literally. So anyway, saving is the action of putting aside some of your income, some of the money you get for future use, for future benefits, to help you in emergencies and whatnot. So let's get into this and show you strategies that I use to save money. Well, before I get into methods of saving money, there are a million methods of saving money. So what is the importance of saving money? The importance of saving money is you get to have an emergency fund, you get to have security, you get to have freedom and some power. So emergency is kind of self-explanatory, but for security, you're able to feel like you can do some things because you have something to turn to. When you're completely broke, you do not have the security or freedom to do things, because then you cannot do something risky. Sometimes when I'm dead broke, I prefer to just stay in the house, stay healthy, not move, which is actually impossible. It's kind of hard and it's kind of imprisoning to not be able to do the things you want to do because you don't know what might come up and you don't have any security money waiting for you. So other than that, I want now to share the method that I use to save, and I think that you should also implement it in your life. There are many methods of saving money. There are people who save up to 80 or 90% of their money, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're just going to start from a small amount because it's easier to save money when you actually have other money to use on your daily things and on simple things, on expected emergencies. So, for example, for me, I prefer to save 20% of what I make, 20% of anything I make. And I'm not talking about your salary, only your salary or your income. No, I'm talking about any money you make. When you sell a container for 20, you're going to keep 20% of what you sell. So, for example, if you sell your phone for 10,000, if I sold my phone for 10,000, I would keep 20% in my savings account. 20% of this will go to my savings account. So that's 10,000. 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. So 2,000 will go to my savings account, and then 8,000 will be my money. So I'm not talking about money that you get paid at the end of the month. No, I'm talking about money you make, any money. If someone sends you a gift of 100, you're going to keep 20 in your account. That's what I mean. You keep 20% of anything that you receive in cash value in your savings account, and this way you're able to accumulate much more savings without even feeling. When I say 20%, I don't mean that you should save exactly 20%. You can choose 30%, depending also on the amount you make. Like if you make $1 million and you want to save like a half because you don't know what to do with a whole 500,000, then it would be wise for you to save half. But in smaller and more reasonable amounts, you can just save 20% or 30% of what you make, of anything you make. It does not matter if it's your job or your side hustle or anything. So, for example, I have a method. What I prefer to do is, because we have two types of savings accounts, one that is long term and one that's short term. The long term one, you can be saving for something in particular and maybe for a whole year, and by the end of the year you'll have an amount of money that you can dip into to buy something that you have desired to buy. And short term is something you can dip into regularly when you have simple emergencies and you need to do something. You have a short term account. So when you've taken 20% of what you have, for example, we had my rabbit. So as I was saying, you can save 20. When you have 10,000, you save 2,000, right? You put 2,000 aside for savings. This 2,000, you can divide it into two, or whatever ratios that you decide, and put a half of it into a locked savings account. This account is for the long term, the one that you can't dip into for a period of time, maybe till retirement, or when you have an actual emergency like losing your job, etc. So you can have the long-term savings account and the short-term savings account. The long-term is where you lock everything up, and the short-term is where you can access this money when you have a shortage on your 80% that you are using on your needs and wants. So of you who are wondering where I got the 20% value, I got it from the 50-30-20% rule. Spend 50% on your needs, 30% on your wants, and 20% on your savings. So my idea is, every time you get your amount of money, which we said is from anywhere, you take it. You start by taking the 20%. Don't start by budgeting for your 50% or you're buying your wants. No, you start by taking the 20% and putting it aside before anything else. So you take your 20%, you put it aside. You divide it into long term and short term, depending on the ratio that you decide on. After having these values and having this money deducted, you can now start working on your budget, on your expenditure, and on your wants. That's the other 80%. So here are some tips so that you can make sure you save the maximum amount of money that you want. The first tip is making sure you have a budget of all the things you want, so that you don't overspend overboard and have to dip into either your short-term or your long-term saving account. So the second tip is you should round down your money and send it to the savings account. So every night when you check your account and you have, let's say, 432, you'll take that 2 shillings and send it. You take that 2 at the end and send it to your account, to your savings account. If you have 437, you can take the 7 and send it to your accounts, your savings account. This way you're able to save maximum and not feel like so much of a pinch when it comes to your money and the money that you have to spend. This can occur later or immediately, but the main rules that apply to this style of saving is you make sure that immediately you receive any amount of money, you send 20% into your savings account. Then divide it into your long-term and short-term accounts, and that's making a budget for your expenditure. Hi, if you're enjoying this video, if you're enjoying this type of content, I want to ask you to kindly subscribe. Please take a moment to hit the like button and maybe another moment to comment in the comment section below. If you have anything to add on, there are many methods that come with saving. There are many ways that you can improve your savings tactics and your strategies. I would advise you to kindly share with us on the comment section below, start a conversation, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you leave a comment too, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.